5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live.
Right on time. That's right, folks. You're live with Neve. Coming to you from across the prairie, all over, wherever you're at. Canarsie, Pittsburgh. We don't give a shit. Zagreb. All the great places like Ukraine. We're bathing on the beaches of the Ukraine as we speak. Yabba dabba doo. Wow. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Live with Neve. We're having a great day. I hope wherever you're at, I hope your day is going good. I hope you got people around you that love you. Hope you got food and all that good stuff. In general, I just hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. It's kind of a cloudy, hazy day here in the New York area. The water is flat. It's not quite water skiable, but the ocean it's nice. And as usual, I'm here just to kind of give you an hour of weirdness and fun and strange things and maybe teach you a few things you don't know. And I don't know, maybe I'll show you something I don't know. Zip! No, I'm sorry. This show, as you know, is not rated for children. So if you have any children in the house, just get rid of them, okay? This is not going to be safe. This is not going to be good. Tell them go out and play and don't come back till the lights come on. That's basically what our life was as a boomer. I've got some good news for the show. We have our guest Gina Jones will be joining us shortly. I'm working with Gina, and we're going to be talking about her lovely book, The Madam of Music Row. We'll also be talking about the band that she's formed called the Music City Cartel, and I am a member of that cartel. Hence, I'm wearing my Cuban drug lord shirt, whatever this is. Not that I've ever known any Cuban drug lords, and if there's been any allegations, you'll have to send them to my lawyer, and we'll respond in writing by the next week or something. So, today we have, there's a showdown. They are grilling Clarence Thomas. They're grilling him over a pubic hair from 40 years ago, and apparently his wife of recent history has been getting a lot of money and fuckery going on. And then we have a 70-year-old woman giving birth to twins. Now, I have not broken 70 yet. I hope I'm still fucking at 70, but who knows? At any rate, I can't imagine having a child at 70. And I'm cranky already, but much less having a tot running around. I love my grandkids. They're great. But that's because they're family, you know? I think we're all kind of like that. I generally like kids. They like me because I'm like having a big, stupid dog to throw balls for. I'll chase them, you know? At any rate, let's see. Last night we had the governor of California battled the governor of Florida in a no-holds-barred tag team match. Oh, look at this. We've got lovely Gina Jones is in the dressing room. She's not here. There she is. What a good-looking woman, man. Hey, Gina, good morning. Can you hear me? Yep, she can hear me. Mwah, mwah. Yep, Gina's in the house, people. We'll be talking to her about 10:15. We've got Steve Baird will be coming shortly. We have an Aussie abroad. He's in Edinburgh, Scotland, I think. Yeah, that's what it is. So he's not in Ireland this time, but there's a lot of craziness. I was just talking to my friend here, Irish, the Detroit Madman, who will be joining us. We haven't had him on the show in a while, so I'm going to bring him on as soon as I find anything here in the monologue that's worth talking about, making fun of, or Minnesota school bans phones, students happy. If I was a teacher, I'd probably say yeah, but I know if I was a kid, I'd give them my phone, or I'd give them the burner phone. That's how you handle that shit. Teachers don't, man, I hate to say it, but some of the teachers that I've seen lately on YouTube and on social media are complete utter freaks, man. If I walked in and I saw these people teaching my kid, I'd flip out. I just don't know what to tell you, people. There's a lot of strange in the world, and it's getting stranger. Russia is now banning LGBT movement. Fears of a new crackdown. Yeah, Putin's he's just tons of fun, isn't that guy? He's a real kidder. It's alleged that he actually stole the owner of the You think about it. It was a Super Bowl team. I think it was the Patriots. The owner of the Patriots had a Super Bowl ring. And Putin and a bunch of his guys said, hey, let me look at your ring. Putin snaps the ring off and wouldn't give it back. He's got a Super Bowl ring sitting on his next to some guy's head. He's probably got 3 or 4 head mounts from the last war that's been going on. I mean, really, you imagine hanging out with Putin. I'd be like, first off, the guy's a judo. He's killer at judo. He'd kick your ass. I'd fucking bite him, man. I don't care how bad he is. I'd kill that son of a bitch. I got a strong survival instinct, and that son of a bitch would go down. I just can't deal with people like that. Fucking creepy bastard starting wars. He's got dungeons and shit, you know? Man, I'll go in there and become king. I'm going to send Irish up there, and we're going to straighten shit out. All right? You bunch of Ruskies. Actually, I really like Russian people. I find that with most groups of large stereotyped folks. Generally, you meet them one-on-one, and you're like, what's the deal? Then you see 1,000 of them in the street going shit crazy, and you say, well, gosh, I think I'll just stay in tonight and, rearrange my sock drawer. So there's really not a hell of a lot of good news here. I did see something. Where is it? Sandra Day O'Connor passed away, the first woman Supreme Court judge. So sorry to hear that. Also, one of our guests, I got to see where it is. We had a fellow who won the Country Hall of Fame thing. Hang on, I just found out about it this morning, and I'm going to try and track it down. One of our friends in L.A. used to help this chap. Where the hell is it? It's getting here. It is. Okay. Yes, we had a friend of ours, and his name was Glenn Kane. Glenn was a country singer, and just a hell of a nice guy. It's kind of sad. I'm looking at his website here, and I'm trying to pull up a picture so I can show you. Anyhow, it's really sad. No, it doesn't have any pictures. I don't think. The picture here is just not. Sometimes I really hate. Here we go. This will get us there. Contact us, publicity, sponsorship, entertainment. Well, guys, I can't get into this website. Let's see. Merchandise. Maybe that's got a picture of him. It does not. Well, that's okay. We're going to just say, Glenn, I'm glad I had you on. My friend wrote a nice note, and she told me that Glenn had really had a good time on the show. And I'll tell you the truth, it made me feel good. I had him on a couple of times. He's a hard-working man. He drove a semi-trailer. And when we had him on, he'd be in the back of his Lot Lizard hotel room. he'd be sitting there, some shithole like Shreveport. And we'd do the show. But he was a member of the West Virginia Country Music Hall of Fame. And he's just a real cool guy. So, I tip my hat to you if I had one. Do I have a hat around here? No, I don't. So no tip of the hat today. All right. Let's see. In other news, our friend Dave Look is he's in the news again today. No, Dave got banned on Facebook again for some bad Dave. Bad. I'm going to write a letter to Facebook today and tell him you've been spanked appropriately. And then when Gina comes on, I'll ask her. She knows a bit more about spanking than I do, according to her book. So I'm going to bring a whip next time I come down, girl. When the whip comes down. That's a great song. In fact, we should play that, Gina. I'd sing that like Jagger and even dance like it behind the kit. Get all jumping around like a little praying mantis. The guy weighs like 90 pounds now. I pick him up by the neck and he's like really scrawny. But I'll tell you what, for a guy who's like almost 80 years old, I mean, he fathered a kid like last year or some shit with some 25-year-old. I got to tell you, man, I can't even imagine doing that again. Even if I had his money, I don't want the brat running around the house. And, think about it. You're Mick Jagger, You're like, get that kid out of here. God damn it. What the hell? I've been on tour all year. I got to go out and jump around for all you fans for thousands of dollars a second. Mick's got it tough, man, I tell you. So, let's see. Glenn's EP will be coming out shortly. Bonnie, if you're watching, thanks for letting me know about this. He really was a good guy, and I'm sorry I just heard about it because I would have loved to have had him back on. He had heart issues. Well, September 2nd, everybody. We'll tip our hat for Glenn. And I'll see you at the great gig in the sky is all I can say. We're all going to get there. But now without much ado, I'm going to bring on Irish. Gina, Irish is looking for a new date or a wife. He's willing to pay well. Irish is my representative. He comes here from the folks at Crown Royal. What's happening, my redheaded Irish fuck friend?
All right, so I got sick, I don't know, a couple days ago. Savaged up, did the best I could do, but today I'm taking a day off and a day drink. And by day drink, I mean I am going to absolutely day drink and hang out with you fuckers on this damn show.
Well, the quality of our show has just gone up immensely. Irish, you're red in the face, man. You look like, I'm telling you got to watch the blood pressure drinking that vodka. Woo!
I was in the sun all day working yesterday, which was probably not the greatest late plan. I was already sick as fuck. But that's what the fuck Irish people do. We stand up.
Well, remember, everybody's a little Irish. I always ask a young lady, would you like a little Irish in you? Oh my God, I'll tell you, I have about this much Irish, but it's about that big. No, sorry people, I've been warned by management that I have to behave. I can't offend Miss Gina, and I certainly can't offend our guy from Edinburgh.
Dude, who wants to offend Gina?
Do you see her down there in the green room? Can you see her?
I can't see her, but I saw the book cover. I was like, oh, hi.
She's looking good today, I must say. I tell you, and I woke her up. I'll tell you, she cleans up good. I tell you, man, she was asleep about a half hour ago or so. Poor thing. I call her and I feel like terrible because I could tell she's like, oh, hello. Poor thing. But she cleans up quick, man, too. That's something that's good to have in a woman. Because if they can get dressed in a hurry, I mean, I've had a couple that just like takes them like a week to get ready, and I'm stomping around. I go out to the car, check my tires, it starts steaming.
You are the pot calling kettle black right now, my man. But you look amazing. I mean, damn, bro.
I feel amazing. I got pimp juice, man. I feel good. Yeah. Tell you, man. Jump back, kiss myself. Hot tub.
Dude, if you say get down, like James Brown.
Get down. Get up on the good foot. Get down on the bad foot. Yeah. I love James Brown, man.
Dude, they're literally psychology studies done with you because they can make great advances.
I'm holding out for the best offer. My level of crazy is fucking far over their pocketbook right now. And if they want to pay me, they get it. It's like Gina. She pays me. I'll do anything. I put on a ball gag. I don't know. Poor girl. She's like, what did I do getting on the show with this guy? She can't even defend herself. She's in the green room. She's swinging on her water. I'll tell you one thing about Gina, though. She doesn't get mad. She stays up late and plots her revenge, man. Chick's great. She's not one to... I'll just say this. She's not one of those chicks who... She got a plan, regardless of the circumstances. And I like that in anybody. She works real hard, and we'll talk a little bit about that when we have her on. We got about 2 minutes, folks. I'm going to have to run a little ad or two here. I've got to make our bands that are out there. And I'm going to mention this to all of you guys who watch the show or listen to it. Let's see, I got a private message. Oh, she's drinking tea. Okay, great. Look, I don't pound you for money all year. I don't do any fundraisers and go, this is all the good shit I'm going to give you. Uh-oh, she just disappeared. Oh, she's back. And Steven Steger here, too. All right, we got a couple of people in the house. So, before we go to a break, I was going to just mention, this show is supported by advertising. That's it. I pay for it. I've yet to make a profit on it. It's a labor of lust and love. I do it because I like talking to you people. I like all the bands and the entertainment. And I like to feel like I may be helping some musician out there do what I love to do. And that's about it. There's no agenda here. I don't have any political agenda. I think all politicians are equally scurvy and distasteful. That's where I'm going to leave it. If you have a particular party, believe me, I will offend you soon enough. I will get to you in turn. If you're some weird religious party or cult or whatever, you're going to wait a while, okay? You just go get a cup of coffee. So Irish, let's bring on these gentlemen. They're over in the motherland, I think. Good morning, guys. Steve.
Hey, g'day guys, how are you? This is Steve and Stig coming from Edinburgh, Scotland.
All right.
We're in the pub.
Well, I have my friend here, Irish, the Detroit Madman, and he's in the party spirit with you. He's celebrating Christmas a little early.
Friends, my brothers, from another mother.
Yeah. So what are you guys up to today? Are you getting in any trouble there?
No, we're being good, man. We got our wives with us, and we're just doing the best they can to not be into too much trouble.
Yes. Are they with you now? Would you like to introduce me to them?
We just sent them to the bank because we ran out of money.
Well, that's a good test. You gotta have money. You got a sugar mama going on then, huh? That's all right, man. Whatever you do to butter your bread doesn't bother me. Huh? So how is Edinburgh? Edinburgh's in Scotland. How do they feel about Ireland? It's been a little crazy over there. Have you been see any political fuckery?
No, the Irish and the Scots are good friends because we all hate England. But we all hate England equally. So, and Australians hate English as well. So
of course.
Just a matter of people who love each other. It's all good.
Well, it's funny because I just posted a picture of the redcoats were lined up on the green, and they looked like the Democratic Party. And on the right side, they had Elon Musk telling them to fuck off. It was pretty funny, but everybody hates the English, man. If they just learn to cook and get some dentists in there, I mean, shoot. You go there, and there's plenty of Asian guys that do your teeth.
Even the English hated the English, so it's not so big a thing about it.
Well,
they've been rude to each other and evil to each other as long as they've been evil to the rest of us.
That's true.
Those got away.
Yes, that the art of defenestration was very common with kings. Defenestration, that's a big word. Do you know what it means, anybody?
I do. It means to throw out the window.
Yes, it means somebody grabs you by the throat and says, "I'm king now, out the window." That's how I'm going to do it, man. I'm not playing around. You got to break bad. You got to break bad. If you're going to go gangster, go full, or don't go out at all, man. It's horrible. I wonder how they came up with the word alone sounds scary, I've been defenestrated. It sounds like, God, I'm getting turtle syndrome just thinking about it. So, what do you guys do? Is there any bands and music going on in Edinburgh?
No, not really. No, we've just been wandering around this. Oh, we were listening to the bagpipes earlier. There's a guy in the street busking, playing his bagpipes. He's got the big bearskin hat in his kilt. And we made Stig's wife check underneath to make sure he was a real Scotsman. All
right. You got to check sometimes. If I have a kilt on, I'll tell them, yes, all is fine and well down under the hood. What are you going to tell you? All right, guys. Well, listen, stick around.
We know we're born under a kilt, don't we?
Yes, we do. Nothing. You got to go. I don't wear anything anyway, man. I got to let it loose, Can I tell you guys, don't be spending money on white tidy whities. Your wife will thank you.
All right. You go and do what you need to do.
We're going to go to a commercial, and we got Steve and Stig, two of my friends, the Warren Zevon fans club online. And I just love these guys. We got fans all around the world who love Warren Zevon, and that's how these guys met. And that's how I met them, through the whole network of Crystal and Ariel and the whole Zevon family. Some great folks and friends. So we're going to go to a commercial break. And as I was saying before, if you're out there, buy an ad from us. We're not going to hound you for money. We'll give you a good price. We'll do it. You'll have it. And life will be good. You'll feel good about yourself. Like, look at this fine American.
Hey guys, my name's Eli Alger. And I'm here on Live with Neve.
This is one of my tunes, covering a song rather.
Hi, I'm trumpeter Greg Adams, and I'm live with Neve.
One more ad!
melting flake of snow this year.
Darren's Irish. He's good and drunk at 10 in the morning.
I'm Darren F. Flynn, a
Hi,
singer-songwriter
Darren.
from Ireland, and I'm on
You
Live
spare a
with
bone?
Neve.
Yes, you are, you lusty bastard.
It couldn't happen here. People with
All right, everybody, how you doing?
G'day, bloke.
Yep, here we go. I'm missing an action here. Hold on. There we are. Well, guys, drink up. I'm going to do a little talking to our friend Gina in just a moment. I got to queue up a couple of tunes here while we're sitting here. But I think you're going to like this. The book is interesting. And am I on Facebook? Yes, I am. I sent out some invites to people, and now they're replying, or they're in here somewhere. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, Gina. There it is. I'm queuing up some music here, and I'll tell you what, you're going to like this stuff. You can't help it. Girls got it going on. Here we go. Gina Jones, peeps.
I've watched too many people hurt in the name of God. So the love of the brethren's what I don't need no more of. So give me a shot of Patron, and I'll pray to God alone. After raising a little hell on earth with the sinners who are stoned. On a Saturday night sinner and a Sunday morning saint. If you don't love me just like I am, then maybe you just paid. If Jesus walked the earth right now, you know where he'd go to. The neon lights, ladies of pain, Saturday night sinners and the Sunday morning saints. I'm doing that I love Jesus every day of the week. I'm the kind that he looked for as he walked the world to speak. Like Mary Magdalene, who is almost stoned to death by religious sin and
Motherfucker. Did I say that? Son of a bitch. All right, without any further ado, Gina, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. You're lagging a little bit, but how is Biddy and the
Really?
other? How are your new critters doing today?
Biddy's fine. Maisie's healing up from her getting snipped.
Ah, yes.
Am I okay or am I lagging still?
You're lagging a little, but just talk loud. I think you'll be fine. Actually, I'm gonna try something on your mic real quick while we're doing this. Edit mic settings. Let's see what we can do. Go ahead and say hello.
Here's Biddy.
Yeah, that's better. Hold on, let me get rid of that and turn it up a little bit. Okay. Hey, Biddy, what's happening? That dog's traveled more than George Jones.
She has.
I know. I've been watching
Not
the
a
saga.
She's
Yes.
not No-Show Jones. Neither am I.
That's right. No, I'm
Anyway.
absolutely not. So, why don't you tell everybody? Let's talk. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Go
step
ahead.
on you.
Go ahead. I was going to
let-
tell you about Biddy, but it's okay.
Oh, go ahead. Tell me about Biddy while we're talking.
Well, we went to the doctor yesterday, and he put her on heart meds. So he said that can possibly extend her life a long time. I told him I wanted her to live another 10 years. And
Right.
he's like, 10 years? And I said, yeah, poodles can live to be 20 or 25. And he said,
Mine
that's
did.
right. And,
Our poodle lived like 23.
He's such a funny doctor. He comes in with this medicine. He says, "Now you have to give this to her half in the morning and half at night, and it should extend her life a long time, probably even 10 years." And he kind of winked at me, and I'm like, "All right."
We'll settle for 10. I wonder how old we are and what is the dog age thing? Are we like I forget. A dog's 7 years for 1 year, or something like that.
No, the little dogs are five.
Oh,
Five
okay.
for one. The big dogs are seven. That's why the big dogs pass away earlier than the little dogs.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, the little one, she's 11, so she's what, 55 only, in our years.
That's just a young. I mean, hell, I'm only 40, and I think you hit 43 last year, so we're doing fine.
Exactly, again.
So I'm watching Irish. You're in the control room there. Are you still with us? Irish is in the house. Have you ever met one of my old co-hosts, Irish, before? Big redheaded.
The one you had on.
Yes, earlier. This
I
chat
haven't
set
met
between.
him in person or anything, no.
Say hi, Irish.
Good morning, Gina. How you doing, baby?
Hi
He's-
there.
He took off work and decided to start day drinking early. So you're getting into my old territory, man. It's like I got to tell you, you're getting into the Neve zone. I'll tell you, you might want to give it up for a while. I'm teasing you, man. Have fun.
At least once a month to keep my. I'm telling you right now.
And
That's
by
cool.
the way, I have had a little Irish in me, and I have a little Irish in me.
No,
Two double whammy.
sounds like a personal issue to me. Look at this. I got 2 Irish people who are part Irish, including me. And I've got a little bit of Indian. I think that's where the crazy comes from. Certainly where the liquor and chasing squaws.
Indian, German. Think about this: Indian, German, Cherokee, Indian, German, Irish, and Jewish, and a little bit of Scot.
So, you know what we are? We're ultimately Americans. The melting pot, in our case, is true. I've got part of my family goes back. I just found this out a week ago from my niece. She's been doing the family genealogy. And it turns out we're related to Martha Washington's family. So some of my ancestors were here way the fuck back, and I had no idea. I've gone back as far as the Civil War, and please, my friends down south, don't get upset with me, but my grandfather fought you guys, lost his arm at Gettysburg, and I've got a newspaper article that my parents found. Somebody sent it to them because they know the family's history, and really cool stuff. He had a sword, and for anybody who's been to Gettysburg, they have this thing called a cyclorama. It's like a big spinning. It's like how they used to broadcast like a movie environment back in the days before we had all this cool whiz-bang technology. And I'm walking through the place looking for this sword all day because I've been told my whole life that the sword's up there, and I can't find it, and I'm freaking out. The last case is you go out the door, there it is. I finally saw it. I took a picture, and I was like, that's really cool. Hell, I'm taking back the sword, man. It should be hanging over my fireplace. I want reparations, damn it.
Oh,
but so I'm going to get you reparations for the Irish.
Well, here's the thing, man. It's like funny part about everything that's happening right now is like, hold up. So, wait a minute. So the most oppressed people ever are somehow or another like the bad people right now. Are you serious with this shit?
Well, let's kind of go away. We see that all day. Trust me, man. It's a dark hallway, and people will they'll freak out. I don't need any hate mail yet today, although there's still time. Anyway, hang tight. We'll be right back, Irish. All right. So, getting back to your book and your life. I read the book last night, cover to cover. I did. And,
Nice.
Boy,
Here it is.
you have look at that, peeps. Hold on, let me bring Gina up on the screen here. There we go. Look at that.
So this is an Amazon bestseller right now. The ones that you get from Amazon have the little star on it for bestseller, but these I had ordered to sell before I became a bestseller. So
Right.
here's the back. Here's the little Gina, the baby Gina that ends up being in a lot of messes in her life. You can't even hardly believe that by looking at that picture.
You're one hell of a
But
survivor, I'll say that.
the one today.
Still the same pretty face, that's for sure. So, what?
I want to show one other thing. Before we get started,
Sure.
Here's the meth addict. This doesn't even look like me.
Wow.
Whoops.
Up there you are.
Meth.
Yeah, it doesn't.
there.
When I saw that picture, I was like, God, you look like you're working overtime.
Oh, I was horrible then. I was $1,500 a week on meth and coke,
Oh, boy.
and I was working overtime.
Yeah.
But when I cleaned up, This is the madam.
Yeah, looking good. Man, you are got some great 80s hair going on, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I had my suit back in those days with the puffed shoulders like Don Johnson. Everybody was running around Miami Vice thing, had a short haircut. Yeah, I thought I was Mr. GQ. I was in a top 40 band in those years for about 3 of them. Two pretty girls, the whole deal. You know, that was such a great time in music here. I mean, you were doing all kinds of crazy stuff, though, for the past 20, 30 years. When you were going through some of the stuff like Felix and all that, I know that you went home several times.
Juan. Okay. I only knew him as Juan.
Juan? Okay.
Yeah.
Juan Valdez.
When they want to, when the people that are doing illegal things, they don't use their real name for anything. Not even not even their girlfriends or boyfriends.
Of course. I mean, I'm not into. I've never been an international drug smuggler, but I'd certainly be careful. I actually have a name similar to that. If you meet somebody that you don't want to meet, and I was at a drum convention, and I met a young lady from Philadelphia, and she was there pimping the city of Philadelphia, which is hard to do. It's a rough place, It's like, yeah, I'm going to come up there and get mugged, get my ass whipped this weekend. It sounds like a good place. At any rate, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that out. It's an awful, terrible story of sin and vice, but we'll save it for later.
About Juan.
Oh, yes, Juan. Those guys. When you were there, did you realize how fucked up the situation was? Like being stuck there. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I didn't realize. I was so young. I was in my 20s. Mid 20s. That's pretty young. And so I'd had the only thing. I'm a country girl from Missouri originally. I grew up in Missouri, and entertainer at a young age. So I grew up fast, but I didn't know the ways of major illegal drug selling or trafficking or anything like that. I had been with a husband that had shown me how to cut drugs and deal it in small quantities, because that's basically what he did and what we did on the side when we were on the road playing music, to be honest.
Right.
And then I went into the field of because we were down and out at one point, went into the field of stripping, and it wasn't just my idea. It was not even my idea really in the beginning, but I went with it and I made the choice to do it. And so I went into that, and that went into other things later after my husband left me and took my child. So anyway, long story short, I did not know anything about that sort of illegal, that I'd say the upper echelon of illegal drug stuff. So when we got down there, and my friend had been raped already, and I was so mad that they had flown her in early, and she had gotten raped, and I was so mad, and I was in their face saying, where is she, and they were in the process of bringing her. And the guy that I went down there with, he wasn't armed, but the other guys that came in were packing.
Right.
And so I realized then, okay, this is not good, but I don't care, because she's my friend, and I want to know where the hell she's at, and I want her here so I can take care of her. Because they told me that what happened to her, and they're like, John said, his name was John, and all of his name's John.
My name is Juan Valdez.
Supposedly was really John. I don't know. But anyway, he said they've got her on the way. We're bringing her. And I said, well, who is the big guy here? And so Juan, let's say Juan, came in, and I was in his face with my finger pointed at his face, saying, "You MFer, you get the federales up here now." And he goes,
shit!
No federales.
No federales. That's like going down here to the Home Depot and yelling out La Migra. They vanish. It's terrible.
He was real strong about that, and he looked at me, real strong, and I said, "That's my friend. You get the." I kept pushing federales, get up here, and he kept saying no federales, and then he kind of smiled, looked over at John, and he says, "I like her," And so then they went out. He pulled John outside to the hallway and started talking to him, and he calmed down. And then he left. And the next thing I know, Desiree came in, or Destiny came in, and she
Were those their
was
stripper names, or were they have real names?
yeah, they had real names, but
I know you weren't going to go down that road. I was laughing to myself because every stripper that I've ever met is named Stacy or Destiny or Mercedes.
Yeah.
I've heard you find all
I
these.
was at one time, and
What-
because of my I was Reggie at one time, and I was just all kinds of different names.
You don't look like a Reggie. I got to tell you. Thank God.
I don't.
No, you don't look like a Reggie. I think of a big black guy. Hey, I'm Reggie. I'm gonna kick your ass, boy. You little white boy.
But
Over there talking shit.
came in, she was really messed up, and she had the flu that you commonly catch down there if you drink the
Right.
water or whatever. And so, I basically helped. I stayed. The only way I knew how to nurse her back to health was, well, I'm skipping forward, but let's go back. John comes back in with Juan, okay? And John tells me, because Juan had limited English.
Right.
So John tells me that Juan will, he's not going to call the federales. There's no federales in this situation. But he likes me so much that he would like for me to be his girlfriend while I was down there. And we're only
Gotcha.
supposed to be down there for a week to 10 days, right?
Yeah.
And he said, this is a situation where you can't say no. He looked at me, and John looked me in the eye and says, you can't say no. And then
Great.
I knew, that, okay, this is bad news, and
Yeah.
so, and Desiree's in there laying there sick, and I'm like, I'm responsible. Whatever I do right now or say right now, I'm responsible for our lives.
Right.
Really, I was.
Yeah.
The only thing I knew then was drink, drugs, rock and roll.
Yeah. Right.
Sex, drugs, rock and roll. So the first thing I said was, okay, if he wants me to be his girlfriend, then I want everything. I want a pile of cocaine on the table every day. I want all of our drinks for free. I want to go to the best clubs in town and the best restaurants in town. I want everything for me and Destiny. We want everything,
Right.
everything that I can possibly have down here in the next week or 10 days. I want. I said, I don't come cheap.
Did so how did after he obviously you had a good time there. Let's skip forward. Were you there like what, a month or two?
Yeah, after the week, or let's say a week to 10 days, I'm like, we're ready to go.
Yeah, right.
And so we've been treated. I have to say we were treated very good. He took us to the best restaurants, and we went in nice cars everywhere we went. And anyway, the time came where it was time for us to go, and I'm like, John, when are we leaving? He said, well, we're not leaving right now. And I'm like, why not? And he said, because the loading spot, he went ahead and told me then, the loading spots are hot. And he said, we can't load where we normally load, and we're seeking out other loading spots. And that's going to take some time.
It's like any business. It's all about distribution and networking and having ways like the tunnels and crap that they have down south.
And that was right before all of them down there got busted. And one of the high up cartel leaders, I won't say who it is, wink, wink, had,
wink, wink. I know.
Had killed the DEA agent.
Right. I remember that whole mess.
Right before that happened. And so then all of those ones that I was entangled with there went to prison.
Yeah. I remember, I saw the picture you sent me of one of those gentlemen, we'll say. Seems like they were gentlemen in that. In the line of work they're in, you're lucky you're home. So it's really, I mean, that's very gentlemanly of them not to throw you in a ditch. I mean.
Well, he was a man of his word, believe it or not.
No, I believe that. It's part of the whole machismo.
He didn't want me to go back.
Right.
He offered, me to stay there, and offered the hacienda and everything else, and even offered, I said, no, I have 2 kids. So he understood that, and he says, we have 2 more, and whatever to replace them. his mentality was, "I'll just we'll replace them and have two more."
I've never said that to a woman. I will have two more. I've never said that to a woman.
Yeah, he's real family oriented, you know.
Oh no, I get it. I get it totally.
That's probably the thing that saved me right there was because I was so, you know, headstrong about getting home to my kids.
Right.
And he finally accepted it. All that I could see in my mind whenever I went to the hacienda, you know, I obviously it was just surrounded by armed men.
Right.
You know,
right.
And that's when he said it to me. You know, I give you all this, and I'm like, no, I have two kids. Nothing can replace that. And he kind of knew what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, we have two more. And I said, no, I have two, you know, already. And
right.
I was so headstrong about getting home to my kids. And he did say, we go get them. And I knew then, oh shit, you know, I mean.
Hi, Mom. This is
thought,
Juan Valdez.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, my mom and dad had my daughter, and my son was at his grandmother's, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be one of those situations where everybody's wiped out but the kids.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And I would have my kids, and they would bring them to Mexico, and I'd live high off the hog, and he's done with me, he'd kill all of us, probably.
Pretty much.
You know, that
or they might give you, if they were lucky, they might like give you a Greyhound to Tijuana, you know. You can walk over the border.
I don't know. I mean, I've watched a lot of the
Breaking
shows,
Bad
you know,
stuff.
Just because,
yeah,
just because I went through a little teeny portion of it. I
right.
watched the Griselda show, or you know, the cocaine grandmother one. Or
oh, right. I remember her. And she was an amazingly ruthless.
Yeah, you don't end up, and no. You don't end up like me sitting here today.
Right.
Being able to tell my story, and also how I got there, and how, you know, the man upstairs actually pulled me out of that. I'm not done yet. He's not done with me yet. I'm not perfect, you know, and
sure.
I'm the first one to say it. And you know, that's why I write the songs like Saturday Night Sinner, Sunday Morning Saint.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through a lot, and I've been through the side of church, and
right.
I've been through the side of in the belly, you know, in hell.
In the belly of the beast, as they'd say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've visited a time or two. It wasn't very pleasant, so they sent me back.
I have to say, you know, when I look back on my life, it was not a boring life.
No. Mine hasn't been either. It's never been boring, but at times, like when you get in a situation where there's physical danger involved, and I've been in a few of those, makes you look at life a little different. You appreciate life greatly. I mean, actually, when I got
in a lot of those situations with men, you know, and you know, I was always. My mother told me when I was, you know, a little girl, you know, if you sleep with one, you got to marry him. And she's an old hillbilly from Missouri, you know, and
right.
That's what's drilled in my head. And so, you know, I actually did marry most of them I slept with, you know, it was
right.
You know, whenever I was running the you know, house. I'd already learned by the time I was running the house.
I gotta ask you, when your husband asked you to do that, do you think he was, when he asked you to go strip for money, do you think he was trying to lead you down the road to get you pimping? I'm curious about that. Was he leading you down the road to like pimping you and stuff? Do you think he had?
No.
It was just innocently kind of stumbled into it, and.
I think he might have even been, you know, because we were both looking at the paper together, you know, and I think he might have even been joking because he may have known what it was because, you know, he was from a family that would know what that was.
Right.
But I didn't really know what dancing. I thought, okay, well, that's just like a go-go dancer.
Right.
I mean, that's literally what I thought. And it didn't say nude. It didn't say nothing. It just said dancers needed $1,500 a week. You know, and I think that he probably was joking, but he also knew the dire situation that we were in, which was we didn't have any food for the baby. We didn't have milk. We were running on fumes. We're getting ready to be thrown out from the motel we were living in.
Boy, yeah, well, those times, I've reading your book, I've seen you've always been very resourceful and managed to get your way out of a tough situation. Good survival instincts.
at that moment, even, and before that, I had to learn how to be resourceful because I didn't finish the ninth grade, and I was pushed into, when I ran away from home, I was, I can't say pushed into, I was put in a home eventually, like before I was 16, I was put in a home it was a family.
For wayward girls.
Family friends, for years. And my mom and dad had known them for years. And and they felt comfortable with me going to stay there. So the one boy was was the biggest drug dealer in town, which we didn't know that. And the daughter dealt the drugs for him and things like that. And he take a liking to me immediately, and so he was pushing me out to help sell his drugs. And he'd say, go be nice to the man. Like I'd heard when I was selling my vinyl records, go sit on the old man's lap and be nice and sell your records. You're so cute, and all that. And so I'd heard it all my life. But this was another level of being nice to the man, So that's where I learned how to be resourceful. It was really from the time I was 9 or 10.
It believe it or not, that kind of thing happens to men too. I had a very famous, I won't name names because it would not be cool, and could, guy's still alive, but I tell you, there's some sick folks out there who will offer you a deal, or they'll just offer you, they want to have sex with you and tell you you're going to get a deal. All I can say is what had been kind of a routine business meeting changed really quick when he came out with that. I had to look at him and go, did I hear that right? I'm going to leave it at that. I just was like, no. And I said to him, I think I'm just going to get a car and get back down into the valley. I can't even imagine as a woman because, see, as a guy, we expect some level of, guys fight and argue and do shit like that. Women, it's hard. I mean, some guy's physically stronger. He's going to, do whatever the hell he wants with you. It's got to be terrifying. I know, just reading your book, I could feel, put myself in that same situation. You were in a few that were, pretty damn dire. And it's amazing you're still here, and you look great. You feel good.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm here, but I can only say that too, because I don't know. There's no other reason, but I've managed through all this crap in life too, and I don't know. Life is good. It's really just how you look at things. It's tough when you're really poor, and I've been there, and I don't make a hell of a lot of money even now, but when you're really down, that's when you kind of learn a lot about yourself, because when you had a kid and you got to get food. I mean, anybody wired reasonably well will, I've never seen a mom who's just not, on their kid, other than the kind of mothers we see out there who are just, feral, and they beat their kids and, do all kinds of crazy stuff. But you never know how people are going to turn out. And,
That's true. And everybody had given up on me. My one sister who passed away 6 years ago was the only one who kept praying for me over and over again. But everybody had given up on me, thrown me away. In fact, still to this day, I have a relationship with my daughter really strong, and I'm hoping to build with my son even stronger. But when it comes to my other family, it's just like it only goes so far. And they'll shut, they close off to me only so far. They close off to me, and they're like, well, is she going to return and be the way she used to be 30 something years ago? I'm just being honest.
No, you know what?
So I'm like, Rick Tierney, that by now, right? So.
It's hard. I understand that too. For people here know that I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I still get the look. And I'll say this to anybody out there: if you go through some kind of recovery, it's not about what people think about you. They already think you're an idiot, so don't worry about it. Okay? When you're sober, you know yourself that you're doing it. This friend of mine just called now, and when I first got sober, he called right after a show, which is why he's calling now, right? He thinks the show's over. But he came over, and I just got off a show, and I went upstairs, I was sitting down, and he came up over the house and came up the stairs, and he looks at me, he goes, "Are you drinking?" I looked at him, I went, first I was like this, I went, "Fuck you." I said, "Hell no, I'm not drinking. I fucking had a drink in 5 years now, And it felt good to be able to say that to him. And the way I look at it is all the people who still don't believe in what you're doing. Don't talk about it and just do it, because that's the only way to convince people. You know, I've lost a couple of friends, but I'll tell you the truth. Most of the people I've known who've been friends with me and I've maybe done wrong, they've forgiven me for it. A couple of people I didn't get forgiven for it, and you can't expect everybody to forgive you. Life's not like that. But for anybody out there trying to clean up, it's all about you, man. I have tons of friends.
You should play my song, Can You Save Me, before we get off it.
I'm gonna, let's do that. You sent me those 3 clips. Is that the second or third one?
It's probably a second one. Does it say on there?
No, but I'll get to it. And let's see. Pray for me?
Huh?
Is it Pray for Me?
No, Can You Save Me?
Okay, let's see.
It's a clip, and it's not out yet.
Great. That it?
Yeah.
All right, peeps, listen to this. This is such a nice song.
How could you love me?
I love this song.
After all I've done, how could you want me? I feel unworthy of your touch.
Gina Jones, people.
I'm ashamed of where I've been, the person that I am. To mend this brokenness, it's gonna take an act of God. If you're gonna save me, can you part the raging seas? Open up these blinded eyes, move the mountains in between. If you're gonna reach me, then meet me in the darkness where I am. You're gonna save me.
Oh, God damn it. Hang, please stand by. Technical fuckery in progress. Somebody's got to do it. I wanted to hear from the beginning anyway.
How could you love me after all I've done? How could you want me? I feel unworthy of your touch. I'm ashamed of where I've been, the person that I am. To mend this brokenness, it's gonna take an act of God. If you're gonna save me, can you part the raging seas? Open up these blinded eyes, move the mountains in between. If you're gonna reach me, then meet me in the darkness where I am. You're gonna save me. They say your mercy is good enough for me. I can't imagine how that could ever be. But I'm praying that your grace will somehow find a way to mend this broken heart and take away this pain. If you're gonna save me, can you part the raging seas? Open up these blinded eyes, move the mountains in between. If you're gonna reach me, then meet me in the darkness where I am. You're gonna save me. I can't do this on my own. I can't change this world, I know. And now I'm ready to let go, surrender all control.
Hi.
Say you part the raging seas, open up these blinded eyes, move the mountains in between. If you're gonna reach me, then meet me in the darkness where I am.
That's a great song. It really is killer. I like a lot of your stuff, but that is a great song.
On that one.
Man, you could sell that one. That's a damn good song. It really is. It's just got, it's probably one of the best things I've heard you do so far. I really like it.
Well, I got to tell you, Damien Horn, you can get him on your show. His name is Damien Horn. I had been wanting to write him ever since I had went out to a hotel club, and I sat and listened, and I thought, God, I need to write with that guy. There's something about him. It's just the vibe and his spiritual side I could connect with. And he wasn't even singing spiritual music or anything. And so it was 3 years later, I called him up. I was working for that record label, and I called him up, said, Damien, come in here and let us write a song together. I've got this great title, And he said, okay. And he had the time, and it was like, boom, he came straight in, like probably the next day or something. But and the moment I gave him the title, or I gave him a example of the title, like I had, how can you save me? How can you? And because that's what I used to think. There's no way that I could be saved from what I was going through, because nobody understood it. Right. And I told him all those things. And he got on the keyboard, and it wrote itself within 10 or 15 minutes. It was written, and
he did a killer job with the hook. It really is. It's a great.
It's like out of the cries of my heart. Please, can you save me? That's the way I used to think, and I still think that when I mess up. I mess up all the time, and stuff. And I, man, how can you save me? You've met me in the darkness when I was a $1,500 a week cocaine meth addict, and I was atheist and overdosing. And I heard his voice tell me to get on my knees and pray. And that's how I got I was totally rehabbed from that. I had no desire for the drugs anymore. So he came into the darkness.
Yeah. Dragged your ass out.
Where I was.
Right.
I didn't need knock on the door. I didn't need the Bible bashing me on the head. I didn't need that, because his spirit came in and saved me. So we all should have like take a different stance on that, because everyone thinks, you got to get out there and sell them on Jesus or whatever. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is pray for the people. And that's, my other song called Pray For Me. But all you have to do is have a heart of love instead of condemning.
Right. And I think, people, it's human to condemn. We all do it. And, usually people if you have people, sometimes you don't know what they've been through for why they are the way they are. I always try and figure that out. I've met some real bastards that would be in the Wikipedia over the years. You know how the music business is full of them. And the hardest thing is you don't want to become one of those people. And, you are the company you keep, and if you hang around with a bunch of bums, you're going to end up, it's just, you're not bringing yourself up to another level, It's better to surround yourself with smarter people than you are. I know I try to do it. I love having friends that I can learn something from who will take a minute to teach me something that I might not know. And that's another lesson. All you musicians, be teachable. If you join a band, listen to your band leader. If they want you to play it exactly like the song, play it like the song. Don't be a pain in the ass. Because otherwise I'll have to get involved. And, I don't want to throw a drumstick at you. Punk! And anybody who's ever received a drumstick to the head, I haven't done that in years, but I once had a guy. Go ahead.
Like, 'cause if you're here, like where I was, way down here a few years ago, honestly, and then I kept meeting people and that were Eagles, and they're pulling me up, and I called them like vehicles to pull me up to where I could be here today.
Yeah,
an Amazon bestseller. and we're getting ready to go out on the Sinners and Saints tour.
Yes, indeed.
And we've already, that because you're going with, and we've already done all of the.
We've done all the PR, people. They got my good side.
All that. Yeah.
I have a great face for radio.
Yeah, it's taken a while for us to get things together, but I knew everything has to be perfect, so that when we go out there, we have all the tools to be able to book us, So that's what we've been working on. And Neil is the drummer, and Ryan Whalen is the guitar player. It's all acoustical.
Hey, Ryan.
Listening room, cafes, things like that, that lend themselves to me being able to talk a little bit about the book and also play all the music that is written to go with the book. And also we're going to do covers and all of that. So it's going to be a really fun ride.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And well, people, I'm going to play your last song before we go. But before we do that, let's tell everybody where they can buy our stuff.
Okay, so if you go to www.musiccitycartel.com, that's the website. There is another fake website out there that I have nothing to do with, and it's called madamofmusicrow.com. I am asking them to pull it down as we speak, and they're trying to profit off of me already, and I'm not even there yet. I'm getting there, but they're already trying.
I'm going to give them a talking to. They're not going to do that. They're not going to bother you anymore. Yeah. So tell them you don't want to meet the drummer. Tell them you're going to send the drummer over there.
Amazon, or if you just look up Madam of Music Row, Gina Jones, you'll find a whole slew of book reviews. You'll find all places, to Barnes and Noble, libraries, Walmart's, Amazon, anywhere that you can buy it anywhere. It's really out there. And then we have merch. Like we have the Madam of Music Row. I don't know if you can see that.
Look at that.
I'll show you the back.
Very nice.
It's the sky of Nashville, and it has the Sinner and Saints tour on it. And
how about it, people?
Huh?
I just said, buy some of these, people. Sell.
Yeah, they're available. You can either also go on Facebook, Gina Jones, on Facebook or Instagram, Madam of Music Row, Gina Jones MCC is Instagram, and it just also TikTok. I do some TikTok stuff because I've been working a little bit with Sister Cindy, who's hilarious, and she's a big time famous lady that grew TikTok famous off of a sermon that she gave about margaritas. So if you see the one margarita song.
Oh, that's where that came from. Okay, I got you.
It was inspired by her sermon.
Wow, all right.
On the campus.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
That's funny. So I love I have your badge over here in my office, the Ho No Mo. So remember, people, you can be a Ho No Mo. I love that. That cracked me up. I have to tell you, I could see all kinds of marketing opportunities.
She's got the Bibles too. You got to get her on your show. She's
got definitely.
Says Ho No Mo on the Bible.
Oh, I love it. I need one of those for when somebody gets out of line in the band. I can wail a Bible at them instead of a drumstick. Pick it up, Adante.
Deborah, me up so bad. I mean, it's so good. I'm laughing out there on the campus because we go out to college campuses, and she teaches. I call it a sex education class with the Bible and with God involved, and it's very blunt and to the point.
Right. Yeah, I've heard some of the clips you've put up that crack me up, and you've got the right kind of spirit for it. It really is funny. I've watched some of your videos and enjoyed it. Well, we've gone over time, which is cool. Okay. We could sit here and talk all day, but I'd have kickback. We could, and we do. So, excellent. It's great talking to you again, just on the show, different kind of thing. But I'm going to be learning these songs, which I've already got them. I already know them. I'm down with it, man. We're going to roll and kick some ass.
I sent you a little something in the mail.
Oh, thank you.
Wink.
I can't. Wink, wink. Okay. Well, everybody out there, please buy Gina's stuff. Come see us when we're on tour, and come back at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I have the bass player, Bill Puig from Legions of Prague. And we might have Irish. We're going to bring on an example of what happens after a day of day drinking, if that doesn't persuade you. He's been sending me updates on his condition, and from his typing skills, I think he's thoroughly hammered. So we're just helping people out here. Whatever you do makes you happy, keep doing it. If it doesn't, find something else to do. That's all I could say. Everybody have a great day. We're out of here. Lovely Gina Jones. And I say, I'm out of here.
Hey everybody, this is Steve from Reach for the Sky, along with Jay from Reach for the Sky. And you're listening live